Hello, beautiful souls. It's really late where I am right now, but I really wanted to hop on and do a reading before going to bed tonight. I was just feeling some kind of really intense download coming through energetically, but consciously, I'm not really sure what it's going to be yet. It's not one of those messages that I got consciously prior to doing this reading. So I am going to be leaving it open-ended and really seeing what comes through. With that being said, I will be starting with the traditional tarot deck. So if you do want to contribute your energy in a more powerful way while I'm shuffling, feel free to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. By liking and subscribing, these are forms of energy transfer. And this allows me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Right as I was saying that, two cards came out here. The first is the Chariot in the reverse position. The second is the Four of Wands upright. So, by the way, I do want to say that these mini reading videos between my collective readings, which are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But outside of those readings, I do tend to channel more specific messages for smaller groups and subsets of people tied into the channel. So always only take what does connect with you in a personal and intuitive way. Right away, though, we have the Chariot reversed and the Four of Wands. Now, interestingly, the Four of Wands is often what we consider to be a reunion card, especially within deep soul connections, particularly within twin flame connections. If you are someone who is dealing with some type of a twin flame situation here, I'm hearing something about two people coming back together or realigning with each other in some kind of powerful way that's really beautiful, that has an energy of success and happiness to it. But interestingly, with the Chariot reversed, this card really represents such an opposite energy, something that feels directionless, feels like it's being blocked by obstacles. You might even feel powerless in a particular situation. So these two cards taken together, I'm really actually seeing a progression, a major shift in energies from that Chariot card reversed, from a situation that may have looked very directionless, where someone may have felt powerless. Possibly the reason that this reunion was blocked is because one person in this connection or situation may have seemed to be lacking emotional or spiritual maturity. Specifically, they may have seemed to not have self-control or self-awareness when it came to a certain karmic pattern or cycle within themselves. But I do see this massive shift out of that Chariot reversed energy and into this community, kind of this Four of Wands coming together, physical reconnection, celebratory time kind of energy. So I want to know more about this shift. What else can I channel about this massive energy shift? Okay, so here we have the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So I'm seeing that some inner child wounding could have been at play here in this situation. I feel a mirrored inner child wounding for whoever I'm speaking to here. It's possible that when you and this other soul or this other person first came together, both of you were in a different frame of mind. You may have literally been younger in terms of earth years, or you may have been at a place where you were both less emotionally mature, less spiritually evolved. I do see that the divine feminine in this connection has led the way when it comes to developing this emotional and spiritual maturity. But I see that in almost an unexpected way, the divine masculine here has actually really followed the divine feminine's lead, but almost in a kind of secret or hidden way. So I'm picking up that for a divine feminine here, you may believe that you've been healing and growing and evolving without this person on your own, because that's how it appears in the physical 3D world. You may also believe that from a 3D perspective, the masculine involved here is not doing his healing work. He's not really focusing on his own growth or evolution spiritually or emotionally. But I would get that in this particular scenario, you would be surprised to know that this masculine has actually really followed your lead here, so to speak. But again, it's been somewhat secretive, almost hidden. I don't feel that he's been communicating along the way as he's been developing this deeper level of emotional awareness. I do see that throughout all of this, you, divine feminine, have been stepping into a very independent and self-nurturing energy with this Queen of Cups card coming out here. I'm picking up on a divine feminine who may have always been a nurturer of other people. In fact, you may have been one who, from a young age, I just keep getting the word mother, like you may have felt like a mother energy, and I'm getting a wave of chills. This is such a powerful energy around you, a powerful vibration. But I sense that you've always had this mother energy to you where you've always desired to care for and to nurture other people around you, even at your own expense. And I'm also picking up on a potential mother wound. This won't be for everyone here, but for some divine feminines, you may also be someone who is dealing with a Queen of Wands reversed energy. And also a King of Swords. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I'm hearing my guides say this Queen of Wands reversed and this King of Swords upright actually represents someone's parents. I don't know, again, who this is for. This feels hyper specific and probably just for a few people. But I'm getting that for divine feminine. Your mother is almost coming up as the Queen of Wands reversed, someone who may have been very domineering, very much trying to impose themselves on others. You may have felt as though your own mother was trying to vicariously live through you, and so you struggled to feel like you were allowed to develop a full identity in yourself. Your father, on the other hand, seems to come up as someone who's highly structured, very intelligent, but also one who is so rational minded, so logical minded that he can really struggle to connect with his heart at times. And so this may have been a really painful upbringing for you emotionally, where you had a lot of inner child wounding, trying to connect emotionally with a father who was more in his head than in his heart, while also seeking emotional connection with a mother who wasn't capable of seeing you as your own person emotionally, with their own goals, dreams, emotions, etc. On the other hand, I feel that the masculine here in your romantic connection somehow mirrored or triggered these inner child wounds. I feel that you may have first connected with this masculine in 3D if you have connected extensively, consciously in the physical 3D world. Then you may have first connected when you, divine feminine, were very much in a wounded and disempowered state of being. You may have felt really deep in your pain or in your healing, or this masculine may have actually catalyzed your healing journey. They may have been the one that caused you to begin looking inward and going deep within yourself and healing these inner child wounds. I also hear something about boundaries, like this masculine may have taught you how to set boundaries with these energies or people in your life who were taking from you or who were imposing themselves on you. Now, they may have taught you how to set boundaries through calling you out, telling you that you needed to set boundaries with other people in your life, or they may have actually done this through their own actions. This would have been in a more emotionally painful way. In some cases, I'm picking up this masculine may have actually been codependently connected with you at some point in a way that pushed you almost to this breaking point where you had no choice but to set boundaries with this person, but to call your power back. And in doing so, it's almost like their soul taught you through these painful emotional patterns the two of you were playing out together. Their soul taught you through all of that how to really fully reclaim your throne as the empowered divine feminine, how to set necessary boundaries with people in your life. I'm hearing energy vampires, people who may have tried to drain your energy. I'm seeing the number 1111, which tells me that most likely there's also been a lot of synchronicity around your connection with this particular masculine. With the star card reversed, I'm hearing spiritual despair or soul grief, and I'm feeling my eyes start to actually well up with tears. What this card tells me is one or both of your souls are grieving here. Regardless of what's happening in 3D, regardless of how one or the both of you may have moved forward with your lives, maybe you aren't even in connection at the moment. But regardless, I feel this, I have to say, I know I said one or both of your souls are grieving, but I'm really feeling mutual soul grief. If you were both being totally open and honest with yourselves, I feel that deep down there is this shared sense of grief around your connection that goes really deep to a soul level. Because again, there's that chariot reversed energy where it feels like this connection just got backed into a corner where it had nowhere to go, where one or both of you felt powerless or felt blocked by obstacles that were outside of your control. Maybe in the case of you, Divine Feminine, you felt that the obstacle was this masculine's own stubbornness or refusal to examine their own patterns within themselves. But the interesting thing is, the masculine is actually coming up as the Knight of Pentacles. As I said earlier, I'm getting almost this secretive, hidden energy from this card, almost like steadily, gradually, over the course of time, this masculine has actually been opening, expanding his horizon spiritually, going through an emotionally maturing process that may be quite unexpected for you to recognize, Divine Feminine. And that's where I see this Four of Wands energy coming through here. In fact, especially if you've been disconnected to some degree from this masculine in the physical 3D worlds, I feel with the Tower and the Eight of Swords that he has finally been pushed to his own dead end when it comes to his ego. It's almost like his ego has finally been defeated because he's reached this point where being without you has begun to feel like a prison, or being disconnected from you has been the greatest prison of all. This may be a masculine who thought that he really wanted his freedom. This may be someone who struggled to fully commit to you, to provide you with what you needed in the past. But now I see that he's undergone this I'm hearing a trial by fire. The fires of his life, the trials of his life have shaped him into a more mature person spiritually and emotionally. With the Tower card especially, I'm seeing that there's been a lot of chaos, a lot of hardship in this masculine's life represented by this Tower card. I'm getting that this particular masculine may have taken your energy for granted in the sense that they may have taken credit for how well they felt that their life was going financially in the workplace, when in actuality, it was your energy that was actively co-creating that success, that was really feeding them or fueling them or nourishing them energetically and emotionally behind the scenes. But they, I get in the past, didn't have an appreciation for the divine feminine energy, and specifically how being connected with a divine feminine like you was actually what was feeding into their success. I'm almost seeing like they were able to have this public facing image that looked very independent or very polished, but people that saw that image may have not realized that it was the divine feminine energy behind the scenes that was nourishing and nurturing them and bolstering their confidence in themselves, allowing them, really supporting them to have this polished public facing image, whether that's in the workplace, in their social connections, in their day-to-day life. And I'm getting that you ultimately grew tired of feeling underappreciated. You went after divine feminine, your own sense of peace. You went where you felt loved and supported and appreciated and reciprocated with. But in your absence, this masculine has experienced a lot of loss. I'm also getting, in some cases, with 10 of coins reversed, for some masculines coming through here, this literally could be a financial disaster or a financial loss that they felt themselves going through. They are just feeling, again, like there's been this major Tower moment in their life without your energy there to fuel them or to support them. And it's causing them to appreciate you and your essence, your energy in a brand new way. I also see that meanwhile, you, divine feminine, have gone towards this very abundant, beautiful, peaceful kind of energetic space. And that energetic space is calling the divine masculine here, really magnetizing him through this profound shift that has been taking place within his energy. So what has been healing within this masculine? The Two of Wands upright, making a choice. This masculine may have been someone who struggled to commit or settle down, and they may have appeared to have that mindset of, quote unquote, the grass always being greener on the other side. I'm not really sure how else to describe this energy, but it could have been kind of a restlessness where they didn't really want to settle with any one person. My guides are showing me it's almost like a person who stumbles upon a big diamond and picks it up because they think it's interesting without realizing its worth, because they have never seen a diamond like it before. I know this is not the best kind of metaphor, but it's almost like that was you as the diamond, and this divine masculine just kind of stumbled upon you when he wasn't even looking actively. But when he misplaced that diamond, when he lost you, then he began to look desperately for it again and realized it was an anomaly, something that you sometimes don't even find once in a lifetime, and let alone more than once in a lifetime. And that's actually highly relevant to the two of you on a soul level, because you've lived many lives together. And there have been lifetimes where this masculine has felt as though they've spent their entire life looking for someone like you and yet never meeting you or never connecting with you. So the fact that they were given this rare opportunity in this particular lifetime to connect with you, and the fact that they feel they misplaced it or threw away that opportunity has caused them this deep amount of soul grief and pushed them into this radically decisive energy about you and about this connection that I feel is very opposite of how they may have been in the past. Now, at the same time, I see you, Divine Feminine, coming up as the 9 of Coins. And also I see this 8 of Wands reversed energy. So you may be looking at this connection to this masculine as being the right person at the wrong time or in the wrong circumstances. There's something about the timing that just feels like maybe it was off here in the past between the two of you. Like maybe the situation between you just fizzled out or lost momentum or didn't really have anywhere to go, and so you parted ways. But to this masculine, they feel like they have misplaced a diamond here, and they are just now realizing that. And that powerful realization is actually radically awakening them at a soul level as well, with man holding a coin in the upright position coming out here. However, because of this ego death they've gone through, I sense that in their solar plexus, they've taken a little bit of a hit as well, meaning that they might be in this lower state of self-confidence, wondering if they can or how they can come towards you. With the Deceit card reversed, they want to come towards you with some kind of truth, with a truth that's been really sitting on their heart space. But I feel this may be something that they want to tell you in person, or they may want to physically reconnect with you in person or to see you first before fully disclosing this truth that's been sitting on their heart. So I know that this, again, has been an incredibly specific reading. I also feel I've been channeling into a bit of a unique energy here. So do let me know if this was for you. Of course, only take the messages if they resonate. I do tend to channel many different energies throughout these readings. I will be pulling one final Rumi Oracle card to close this reading. If you do resonate with my content, I invite you to subscribe, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you are interested in exploring my library of powerful subliminal meditations, the link to my app, Sound and Soulful, which contains my personal library of subliminals that I've been using for years to manifest my life and to transform my mindset. The link to that app is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. The name of the app is Sound and Soulful if you want to look it up in app stores and download it directly from there. Also, I do channel collective readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I do invite you to stop back in for one of those readings if you feel guided to do so. So what is one final message for the beautiful Divine Feminine listening to this reading? 𝙎𝙤𝙪𝙣𝙙, star of Venus. Well, with the Venus energy already coming through here, you know it's going to be a good message relating to the Divine Feminine. Sorry, my voice got a little far away. I had to pick up the Rumi Oracle guidebook off the floor, but I am going to read just one final message here. And the guidebook says, I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world, Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. Rumi. The star of Venus is the great androgen, neither solely masculine nor feminine, but an integration of both. The power it bestows is mighty and based utterly in love. When this star seeks us out, multiple blessings are bestowed, and our spiritual growth can be accelerated in ways that can be quite dazzling and surprising to our more limited mindset and belief systems. That feels like a beautiful place to close this reading. Again, I am sending you all so much love today, wishing you a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next